Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. You already know what it about to be. Now, welcome to Sam's Fit Mind. So this is gonna be my first video, like sitting down. And this I didn't get to like really go through what I'm gonna be speaking about on my channel, on this channel. So if you don't follow my other one, it's a music channel. Check it out, Sam Machiavelli. But this channel is more mental health. I'm gonna be doing my fitness journey still, what I eat, my diet, food, workouts, everything what I'm doing to lose this weight, so I can share with y'all, and any things I can help y'all with or anything you can help me with, definitely let me know. And then I'm gonna be doing mental health, so tips on how to deal with depression, how to tell if your friend is going through a depression, how to get yourself and out that process, like all different types of tips and tricks on how to keep this right here strong. And I want to keep y'all aware and also share my story with y'all, and that's to come later. But today is something a little bit around the subjects, both in between both of them. It's about Victoria's Secret and the article that came out basically saying that they're gonna exclude people like me and trans people out the show. Now, if you're interested in seeing what I have to say about what this guy said and what the hell is going on, then stay tuned and watch this video. All right, so let's get into this. I'm so mad. I was recording and chatting my ass off, and I wasn't even fucking recording. I know. Okay. The interview was, I believe, right before I don't know when they did the interview, but the interview was released right before the Victoria's Secret fashion show, which is major. Like, I remember watching it, like, can't wait to watch it. Just like, it was so pretty to watch the pretty bras and the women and look at myself and be like, hey, I don't see my bones. Am I pretty still? You know, like being a teenager and preteen and seeing all these images in our head, and of course people around us, how the beauty of a woman is portrayed in the media weighs heavily on anybody, and it definitely weighed heavy on me when I was younger. And I look back at it now and I realize why a lot of times I felt down on myself is just because I'm like, oh, I don't look like her. And before I knew about Photoshop and editing, when I was just a little teenager going through J14, I didn't know about that. Now I do. Now I know, like, no one is perfect. And yeah, I think the media does play a heavy influence on the youth and on how we feel mentally as well. And these images that we see every single day, like, we start watching TV when we're little babies with our parents, right? And we grow up and we just see the same image, and I feel like it has a very heavy effect on it. And this article just proves more why it kind of motivates me more now to like really advocate and speak about this. But this article just proves that people still feel the same way about plus size people they felt about them 20 years ago and 50 years ago. They still don't want us, and they don't want to include us, and I think that's fucked up. I suggest y'all read it. It was really interesting to see the way this guy was talking. Honestly, they're really fooling themselves, and I'm like a little close to ripping the Victoria's Secret card. Okay. All right. This is the part that was like, oh. So they asked basically, are you putting more emphasis on diversity now? So Metro responds into, are you putting more emphasis on diversity? They say this year it's kind of hard to believe because we have 60 women and we have 19 faces you have never walked the show. Then Razik says, by the way, in 1999 and 2000, we'd done the show for a few years, and none of the designers who did shows would show any of our girls because they were too fat. So they bring diversity up because Rihanna is getting a lot of attention for having a diversity in her brand in general, which is amazing, and it's pretty affordable. It's in the middle. I wouldn't say high-end, I wouldn't say cheap, I just say it's just right. So, you know, you only gotta save a little coin to get her stuff. But okay, we all know in high-end fashion, like, skinny is not even skinny. So what we call skinny, it's fat to them. And that's where it starts. You see, I'm not mad at them for thinking I'm fat. I'm mad at them for thinking a size 5 is fat, because that's not fat. And it's so the fashion industry, I feel like it doesn't change and like what they perceive as beautiful, even though people are trying this whole diverse thing. It's only a few brands, and then when brands do it, kind of seems like fake. Like, y'all wasn't trying to represent us before, so why are you trying to do it now? And the fact that they say, oh well, we had girls that they consider fat that weren't fat, that we consider people that consider them fat, we still put them on our show. Like, okay, you want a cookie or a biscuit? Because their part was a size 4, and what they wanted them to be a size 0. I don't know. Okay. Then he goes on to say, I'm gonna get to it. The part where Rihanna. The whole thing, okay, but he says many of them work out at the same gym. They have complex routines. They shouldn't have to apologize for that. Everybody keeps talking about Rihanna's show. If we had done Rihanna's show, we would, without question. Pandering, why? Because the brand has a specific image, has a point of view, it has history. It has to build the brand. It's hard to build Vogue, Ralph Lauren, Apple, Starbucks. You have a brand position and you have a brand point of view. The girls who have earned their way to the shows have worked for it. By the way, we have 3 pregnant models walk the show. Everybody in the conversation about Savage X Fenty having the pregnant model in the show, we watched this, we're amused by it, but we don't milk it. Okay. Rihanna didn't milk it, so boo boo. The media did. Like, I feel like they sound pressed because people are pressuring them to be more diverse and they're not. I'm just like, who are you really mad at though? Like, yeah, I had 3 pregnant women, but I'm pretty sure they weren't showing like her. I'm pretty sure they were 3 months, they were pregnant, but they're not really showing. That girl was basically, she gave birth like after the show, I believe. And then the juicy part. I'm glad you brought up Rihanna. There's a young generation turned on by the multiple sizes of women in that show, and there are all sorts of different upstarts, brands that are putting trans women in their advertisement, women who are size 40 in their advertisement. Does Victoria's Secret feel the need to address the way the market is shifting in a way? I think we are just as the markets is shifting on a consistent basis. If we're considering putting a transgender model in a show or looked at putting a plus size model in a show, we invented the plus size model show. We attempted to do a television special for plus sizes in 2000. No one had any interest in it. Still don't. Our shows is the only branded special in the world seen in 190 countries by 1 billion and 6 million people. 45% more people saw it last year than the year before. Our direct business is growing substantially, double digits on a monthly basis, and we made some merchandising mistakes, no question. The part that got me was, I find it, but he also says that they sell a fantasy and that their brand is not to market everybody. They're not somebody's third love, they're somebody's first love. Okay, you have a Victoria's Secret. When we go shopping for a bra, I think my first place was Victoria's Secret, and it was amazing. But I was younger, had smaller boobs. But let's get this straight. Okay, you're selling a fantasy. The average size of a woman is a 14. Kim Kardashian got a big ass, and she's not like these little models that are walking around. I would say people consider her one of the hottest women in the world or whatever. Not saying she's not beautiful, but I'm just saying I'm speaking for a society basis. I'm speaking for general. I'm not speaking for me, okay? You trying to tell me that I'm not a fantasy? There's a whole category for me in porn. But nah, like, I just think, like, it was so, when I had, like, we selling a fantasy, and that's the problem. That's where it starts, to see. The media is feeding this fantasy, like, okay, we want to look like this. But if we see more images of people that look different or look the same as us, meaning different, meaning, like, not the same person, and the same as us, meaning, like, someone that looks like us. So, you know, if we see more diverse people and more people that the general public can identify as, then that would change the fantasy, because people are not, like, bombarded by these images since they're freaking 10 years old watching size 0 girls walking down in lingerie. Of course, yeah, I think that's hot, because, like, that's what I'm like, that was, like, the fantasy. They did sell me that fantasy, but is it realistic? And then he speaks about skinny shaming, which is a problem. And I don't agree with that. But it goes both ways. So you're saying people say the girls are too skinny, and a girl was like, one of the models saying, oh, to all the people who bullied me or whatever, you know, she had her moment at the show. And then you don't want a plus size woman to have her moment at the show. Okay, yes, being someone being really thin does get skinny shame. I'm not taking that away from y'all, okay? But at the end of the day, society would rather someone be too skinny than too fat, and that's just the reality of it. And bigger people are looked down more upon us, and we're not seen as human. Like, people like demonize us and say we need help, we need to get healthy, need to do this, do that. It's like so much other bullshit. Okay, you're skinny, life sucks, people call you too skinny, you don't have curves. Well, real women have curves or whatever, but at least you can go shopping, at least you're represented. Like, people fail to realize, like, I just feel like being overweight almost all my life, and being a plus size woman, it's just been a total different experience. And I never felt accepted by the fashion world. And I love fashion, like I love clothes, I love shopping, and it's like I never could buy what I want. And I just think it's really hard for me, because I'm not gonna lie, I have a Victoria's Secret credit card. I'm a shopper there, and like, what am I supposed to do? And it's kind of like, I'm gonna find a way, because after I only like cross-read it, so I read it like people commenting on what Victoria's Secret said, but I didn't actually read the article. And the fact that they don't think that they don't have to market towards me is fucked up. Y'all purposely are keeping inclusion in your brand, which is why your sales are going down and not going up. And let me know what y'all think about this, how y'all feel about the article. I'm gonna link it down below so y'all can read it yourself. And yeah, are y'all still gonna buy Victoria's Secret? All right. That's all I have for y'all today. Thank you for watching.